I would advise those who wants to do shopping to go to Woolworth first, to check out on your things. If you look on your left, you can see Town Hall. On your left, that's Town Hall with a clock tower. That's Town Hall there. So it is worth going to Queen Victoria just to see the architecture. And the building right in front of you is Town Hall. So we will be turning left, so you can see Woolworth. Now, fortunately, we are turning left, so you can actually see Woolworth. So Queen Victoria is a bit more expensive. In front of Queen Victoria on the other side is the galleries, which is as big as Westfield. So there are two important shopping complexes in the city, Galleries and Westfield, where we were before. And this town hall this building was built in 1870. And on your right is the Hong Kong building. It was once a hotel, then the Hong Kong company brought it over. It's called the Hong Kong House, and it houses the best exhibition of opals. So if you decide to buy opals, because only in Australia they produce opals. So if you decide to have opals for your loved one in India, you're most welcome to go to the building. They have an exhibition as well as a video on opal industry and history. So Australia is very much a cafe culture. Everywhere you go, you see people sitting on the footsteps, very much like Paris, where you drink coffee or have desserts. Yeah. And on your right, the galleries is on your left. The galleries is on your left, and Woolworth is on your right. You go downstairs first. It's about 4 levels of shopping. So you know where you are. It's very, and if you were to take a tram, the best is to walk. It's not very far away. But if you don't want to walk and decide to experience a tram, you use your credit card. Don't buy an opal card because you don't know how much you're going to use. So use your card, tap on the machine before you get in, and I think it's about $2. Yeah, $2 or $3. And then when you leave, you must remember to tap again. You have to tap twice. Yeah. So what did Lachlan Macquarie, what did he do to entertain his wife when he's, so the wife could be entertained when he's away? What he did was, he found that his wife loved to sit by the foreshores of the harbour, looking out into the waters with forlorn eyes. She was hoping that the next ship from England would enter the harbour again, because she misses England. So, knowing this, Lachlan Macquarie decided to make the place where she used to stand to look at the ships coming in a picnic place for her, and call it a Macquarie's Point. And he saw a big piece of rock, and he got convicts to hew the rock into a chair for his wife to sit there, and the servants will cater to her needs, and she will have picnic there, waiting for so that she can view the harbour. Can I talk? Yeah. Hello. On your right is Australian Museum. Yeah. Yeah. So the building on the right is Australian Museum. And the building next to the Australian Museum is my school, where I used to teach for 25 years. Yep. Okay. Now we have approached St. Mary's Cathedral. This cathedral has become very, very important in Australian society, because this is the cathedral where our first Australian saint has been beatified, and her name is Miss Mary MacKillop. I remember. Yep. So she becomes a patron saint of Sydney. So this church here has now become a sacred place. It is a very beautiful building, and the architecture, the Gothic architecture of that building, parallels the best in Europe. It is very, very impressive. And you can see a statue of Miss Mary MacKillop in front of the church on your right-hand side. Look on your right-hand side, you can see the statue of Mary MacKillop, the first Australian saint. On your left is Hyde Park, and the fountain on your left is Archibald Fountain. Another beautiful building on your left, which is not a working building anymore, but it is the place where the Australian Department of Birth, Death and Marriages were conducted. I remember getting my citizenship from this building about 40 years ago. Oh, I can't pronounce that. Okay, what is the name of this building, Glenn? Could you say?
Yeah. So because it's for births, deaths and marriages, we abbreviate that here in Sydney. We call it the Hatcham, Matcham and Dispatcham building. There you go. That's it.
Oh, wonderful. And on your right-hand side, coming up, is the Art Gallery of New South Wales. This is the old section of the Art Gallery of New South Wales. 2 days ago, I went to see a wonderful exhibition. It's called Kandinsky exhibition. Kandinsky is one of the greatest modern artists in the world. Yeah, the spider thing. Yeah. So, yeah, the performance. On your right-hand side is the Art Gallery of New South Wales. And there is an important exhibition from New York. It's called Kandinsky, and the exhibition Kandinsky will be here for about 3 months. Just down the road, the white building is the modern section of the Art Gallery. And before you enter it, you can see a statue welcoming you, and it is a statue of Ganesh from India. And on your left-hand side, thanks to Macquarie, he decided to establish a botanical gardens for scientific research. And it is one of the most beautiful botanical gardens I have seen anywhere in the world. And on your right-hand side is the Finger Wharf. The Finger Wharf on your right-hand side is the longest wooden wharf in the world. It is 1/2 kilometer long. And when they decided to, that was in the 40s and 50s, that's when the first migrants, especially from Greece and Italy, would land. And this is the first view of Australia they get in the 40s and 50s. But it became redundant with the advancement of air travel. And the government wanted to tear it down, but there was protests. And therefore, they decided to retain the building. Now it is a heritage building, and it has been repurposed as a residential area. Very, very expensive. Right in front of that Finger Wharf, I don't know whether you know Russell Crowe. You know Russell Crowe at all? The Gladiator, the movie. Yeah, Russell Crowe lives there. 4 years ago, he wanted to sell the building, but and somebody offered him $25 million, but he refused. He thought it was too low. So he still owns that building there in Finger Wharf. And the ships there, that is the area of it's an Sydney Naval Base area. And we have almost arrived at Mrs. Macquarie's chair. You would go down there first, take pictures. We'll take a group picture. Yep. They know you as Richie? Richie. Gamark. Okay. Gamark will take a group picture here, so don't disappear. Don't go away first. When we walk down there, we gather and we take a quick picture of the Harbour Bridge. Can you see on your left the Harbour Bridge and the Opera House? It is a wonderful place to take a group picture. After the group picture, I will take you down to Mrs. Macquarie's chair. This is the point where Mrs. Macquarie used to watch the ships coming in for long eyes, and because she missed England very much. Before you get down, I'd like to tell one very, very important thing. You cannot miss your cruise ship. The cruise ship leaves exactly the time it says it leaves. So what it means that is, because we can see the Opera House from here, and because the Opera House is only 10 minutes walk from your hotel, and also many of you have actually walked to the Opera House yesterday evening. If you haven't, you can make your own journey to the Opera House tonight yourself, because we don't have time. We only have, we only have